welcome back to another Sunday night Stock Talk live, where we are going to go over the market. It did officially open at 6 p.m. my time, 8 p.m. Eastern time, so it's been open for about an hour or so. And yeah, we're going to go over the overall market. We got some stuff to discuss, and yeah, I just got to share my link. Let's get my link shared right away. Share, copy, let our team know that we are live. They'll start tuning in momentarily. If this is your first time watching, we talk a lot about some different plays and different stocks that we're going to be watching this week. So definitely, if it's your first time, smash that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. And yeah, let us begin. Let us begin here. Sunday Stock Talk, there we go, we are live. All right, links are shared, lives are touched. Just kidding. Here we go, here we go. Are we good? We are live. Okay. That was cut off a little bit. We're gonna have to fix that, but hey, we're gonna get there. We are gonna get there. All right, we are green. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay, see me okay, as I have done it before where I'm talking and the mic isn't even on. So yes, all right, we are live. Welcome. Great, we got some stuff to talk about, guys. Hello, good morning, or good evening actually. So we got the alerts set. Everyone is going to be tuning in, and overall markets are above this moving average, still struggling to get higher than that 605, 606, but overnight hours 605. It is pushing up. So we will see exactly what happens. Open hitting our target price here, our alert. It says it is, but I don't believe it actually is. 722 in the overnight session. All right, touched it for just a moment. I don't know if there's some lag on my end or what exactly is happening. That is odd. It says that it's at 722. Now, we have been trading open all week. It's not necessarily something that I would want you guys to trade. As you can see here, we have some pretty good positions, you know, but today we're not talking about trade recaps. We're talking about actually what trades can we take this coming week. It was a choppy week in the market for sure. QQQ, as you can see here, up and down and up and down and up and down, and now we're up again. We're going to see if we hold at these levels. A good indication would be VIX, and VIX is closed, so it is closed, but it will be opening tomorrow morning, where we're going to be live trading at market open. It's 100% free to watch, and it's a lifetime access when you get into our Discord, or simply subscribe to the channel. Either way is perfectly fine. But the VIX, when it's below $20, there's less volatility, and there's a less likely chance the market will sell off. Now, as you can see here, it spiked up to 28.41 on the 17th, which was Friday, and then it kind of came back down. So that's a great indication. Now you can look at SPY. SPY is the S&P 500, so that's 500 of the top companies in the stock market kind of all put into this SPY. But at the same time, I don't really trade any of those. Okay, so overall sentiment slightly bullish, still not above where we should be at those all-time highs of 674. But one of the companies I like to watch is QQQ. Now this is the overall NASDAQ. They have a majority, say 50% of their holding is tech companies like Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, stuff like that. And it somewhat tracks the same as S&P 500. As you can see, there is quite literally very similar to each other. But hey, nonetheless, we are pushing up. Markets are up 0.28%, so not a lot. We're going to be looking at some resistance around 609 and 613, and of course it had a nice support around 589, which is, you know, confirmation that hey, the markets aren't going lower at the moment. Now If you are wanting to go long, maybe you don't want to invest $600 for one share of QQQ. Maybe you want to just buy $100 worth. And again, this is a triple leveraged ETF. So when the market pushes up, or should I say QQQ, when this pushes up 1%, even just 1% point, which would give us about 611 for QQQ, then TQQQ will go up 3%. It is a triple leveraged ETF. So as you can see here, this can go up 3 and even 4% back to those 108 to 109 levels. So that's kind of what we're looking at if you want to trade that. Okay. Now, if you think the markets are going to sell off, you think they're going to make lower lows, then SQQQ might be more beneficial to you. This would be shorting the market. It's a triple leveraged ETF, and this is not something that I would hold overnight. These are those short little bursts when the market does sell off, as you can see on Friday, pushing from $14.55 to $16, 9% profit on that trade in a single day. Now, again, not something I would hold. And overall, this is not financial advice, all right? I'm just a guy who likes to trade stocks and show you where I'm finding success. So where maybe you could take little tips and tricks away. And while you're sitting there listening to me, think of a company you want me to analyze, and I can do that for you. Just drop the ticker in the live chat, and we can get you guys that going for you. Okay, so let's see. Open. We have been watching this for a little while now. Open is pushing up slightly, nothing crazy. It's saying it's 714, 723 in after hours. So I don't know why exactly this isn't working necessarily for me on this time frame. That's so odd. My phone says that I'm getting a 722 price point, which would put it just a little bit higher, up to about right here. So it's saying it's at 722, but I don't believe it because it says it's at 714 on the WEBULL. Nonetheless, it is above that moving average on the 5-minute time frame. It still has some significant selling pressure, but what I like to see on open is it had that support right around 664. Let's see if it can hold. Now, Open Door Technologies is basically a company that is in the real estate sector. They're wanting to do basically e-commerce platform for residential real estate transactions by leveraging software, data science, product design, and operations. Again, not something that I would hold overnight, but if this has a nice spike up to, say, even the moving average, 750, you can see a nice little profit there from 714 to 750, about a 4% profit on that one. So not too bad. Now, American Battery Technology Co. it's doing bad, guys. This thing is doing bad since it pushed all the way up to $12 per share, sold off to this support at $4. Now I'm curious to see, is this going to rally back up, possibly to the moving average? Maybe, maybe not. Now, they did have news on Friday that they basically their grant, American Battery Tech shares sink after Energy Department terminates grant. So that's not good news. And then this recent news, American Battery Technology CEO Ryan Melsert reports disposal of common shares. So be careful with this one, guys. Just because we're seeing some support doesn't mean this thing can't go back down to $2 per share. LUNR is another company that we are watching. LUNR did push up very nicely this week from 1150 all the way to 1450 in a single day. Okay, 27% profit, $3 per share. Now, this company is one of those to the moon kind of space exploration companies. I believe they have 2 missions right now, and I believe they're going to be doing 1 or 2 more missions pretty soon in the future. They are headquartered in Houston, Texas. Again, $12 is an average price going back, months, if not a year or so. But it had a significant dip at 1066. That would have been a nice little support area to buy. Now up to 1240 and potentially back up to those 1450 levels. Now this company was at one point up to highs of, I believe, what, 17, $25. So definitely some room for it to go back up, but seeing a lot of resistance at around 1430. Right? Sound, again, one of those companies that we have traded in the past. It's been on a down downward descent. It is below that moving average on the 30-minute time frame. But what I like to see is it's holding some support right around that 1850 mark. As you can see here on Friday, it bounced right off of that 1850, trying to hold. But again, this is a company where I can see some huge benefit when it crosses over that 200-day moving average, that green line right here. Now, $20 is a pretty good average for Sound. That's typically where it likes to trade in between 18 and like 22. But if we can get a nice upward momentum, I would consider trading Sound tomorrow during a live stream, pushing up to 19, 19.50, $20 by the morning, and then pushing, inevitably up to those $22 highs that we saw. You're looking at a 14% profit potentially back up to those $22 highs. Okay, SoundHound AI definitely looking pretty juicy. I got my alerts set here. 1850, if it breaks below 1850, it'll experience more selling pressure and sell off even more. And if it, of course, 1940, 1950, and even $20 hold above this 200-day moving average, we can experience some higher highs with this company and some upward momentum. So looking at that, I'm loving it. Now, SoFi Technologies, it is pushing up overnight hours at 27.03. It's already up almost 2% overnight, and it had a nice bounce off of $25 here on that support range, now holding above 26.50, showing great signs of some upward momentum here, above that moving average. It's above VWAP, it's above all those indicators. Could we see 28.50 by tomorrow morning? It's definitely very possible. That could be a 5% move, guys. And again, I like to aim for 2% a day in profit, and sometimes we hit 5%, 10%, 17% profit on SoundHound AI last Monday. That was an amazing trade. Go back and watch the recap video to that after you watch this live stream. So it's possible, just showing up, wanting 2%, not expecting a lot, and then hitting a 5, 10, 15% banger of a stock could increase your portfolio size very easily. Again, not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy or sell anything. I'm just talking about stocks. That's what we're doing today. All right. So, Century Aluminum, again, one of those companies that is just very bullish ever since the tariffs, since it's an aluminum company, so the tariffs are actually working to their advantage. We used to trade this company literally in this horizontal pattern here between $20 and $25. Now pushing all the way up to 34.50 with a little bit of a retracement back down to that 32.50 level. Now this could be a great opportunity to make a couple dollars per share again, and it could come back down and retest this moving average. So I don't want to set too many alerts, nothing in particular that I'd really trade on this one, but it has a very nice upward momentum. Now Marvel is one of those companies that we had a subscriber kind of track and watch, and that's exactly what we're doing here. Bouncing off of $85 very nicely. I could see that support at $85, but it's struggling to get above and hold above that moving average right now. So if we can get back above $89, then we could see some nice buying action, some upward momentum of about 6%, $5 per share. I'm definitely keeping my eye on Marvel, as this could easily pop back up to 94.86. Now again, if this gets rejected off of this moving average, it'll just continue to sell off. It'll retest $85, and then that is where we make that decision. Hey, maybe we are going to watch this thing tank and go even lower. So Marvel's definitely on the radar. Intel. I like Intel. It has this nice horizontal pattern right now. Nothing too crazy. Lows of about $35.50. I mean, you could even say it got even down to $35 even. But it's trading between $35 and $38, So if you're buying at 35, selling at 38, you're doing a great job on Intel. Not much to say about that. You guys can see it's above the moving average right now and holding above that moving average. Let's go ahead and take VWAP off and just kind of clear up the picture a little bit. But overall, I'm excited to see what the market does tomorrow. Now, we're already, how far in are we on this? We are about 15 minutes in, and I haven't even discussed our weekly economics calendar in our Discord. You can definitely sign up for our Discord. First link in the description and the first pinned comment in the comments section. It is 100% free lifetime access, at least for now. I may charge people in the future. So get in while it's free. But nonetheless, this is our Learn to Earn Discord. As you can see, a lot of great videos here that you can watch after this live stream. How to identify support levels like a pro, stuff like that. Not trying to basically promote this and too much, but all of our past live streams are right here. You can see all of our live streams going back almost 2 years now. But the main point that I wanted to bring you to here was our weekly economic calendar for 10/20. As you can see, we had last week's economic calendar, most anticipated earnings releases. There were some banks that reported last week. Now this week, it's going to be a crazy jam-packed week. We have a lot of interesting companies here, to say the very least. After close on Monday, we have AG&C, which is a nice one that I'm going to be watching. Tuesday morning is going to be Coca-Cola, GE, and Triple M and GM and the overall NASDAQ. After close on Tuesday is going to be Netflix, and I'd say Texas Instruments and Capital One are pretty significant. Wednesday, okay, Wednesday, guys, we have Tesla. Tesla will reporting its earnings after close. IBM are one of the two that I'm going to be paying close attention to. Thursday before open, we have American Airlines, and actually the Dow itself, and I'd say Southwest Airlines, T-Mobile, a couple of those. Now after close on Thursday, we have Intel, and then on Friday we have P&G, all reporting their earnings this week. So definitely earnings season is upon us. Definitely aware of those. You don't want to get caught in a play that you were not aware of, right? Maybe you want to trade Tesla and you got in and they had an earnings call and they had bad numbers and it dips. Maybe you don't want to be in that trade. So now you are aware. You can't say you don't know what's happening here. Let's see, off topic. Right now, this is the market we're in right now, guys. Before, we used to go off of fundamentals, technicals, and all kinds of indicators, and now we all just wait for Donald Trump to tweet something. If Donald Trump tweets something positive or somewhat positive, the market goes up. And when he starts talking trash and it's a negative comment, the market goes down. Pretty simple, pretty simple. So definitely follow him on Truth Social or Twitter, because he talks a lot and he influences the market. Now, that was our sound trade, a beautiful 17% move, buying the dip on Friday when everyone was scared and they were like, the market's selling off. I was buying. And we sold at all-time highs that day, buying at $16.50, selling at $19.50, making $3 per share, 17% profit. Now, of course, I got losing days, right? Losing days. We lost, $4 that day? That's nothing. $4 is nothing. Also, crypto, starting to buy some crypto. New average price, 106, so not bad for an average price. And what thing in the main trading chat room here? NVIDIA. So there is a report that NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang, they're out of China, period. 100% out of China for their microchips, from a 95% market share to zero because of certain tariffs and different policies that are happening. What's going to happen with NVIDIA, guys? I'm actually interested to see. This is insane. Okay. And then also I wanted to show you this Cybertrucks. They were supposed to sell a ton of Cybertrucks, and supposedly they didn't even get close. So now, to mitigate the low demand, Elon Musk himself is selling those unsold Cybertrucks to what? More companies that Elon Musk owns, such as XAI and SpaceX. So I thought that was pretty interesting, right? He's trying to kind of get around the numbers and fib the numbers a little bit by just selling them to himself, basically. Gold also reached $30 trillion market cap, which is the first time in history ever. NVIDIA is the next best thing, but only at 4.4 trillion. And then look at Bitcoin, 2.15 trillion. Even silver is more than Bitcoin at $3 trillion. So it's very interesting to see. I'm excited for the markets in general and just the overall direction that everything is taking. I'm having a lot of fun with it as well. And what is happening here? Wealth resources, diet resources. We're going to go ahead and take this one out, delete, and delete. Yeah, a little bit of rebranding here is what we are doing, but we got some freebies. What are these freebies? Yeah, those aren't really that important either. Some freebies that you might want, though, come down here to wealth management. We have a target profit per day calculator. It is available to you. All you have to do is get into the Discord, and there's this link here which shows you exactly how much money you need to make $100 a day, $500 a day, your percent growth per day, and the account size that you need to make said money per day. We also have a swing trading blueprint for busy traders, how to pick stocks, clean technicals, risk rules, and routine planning, and weekly flow, all available to you right here in the Discord. Definitely check it out. It's 100% free. And guys, it's a tool that is going to help you in the future. So definitely check it out. Now, with all that said, let's get back to some of the charts. Cake itself, just kind of a downward spiral, not really flatlined just yet. I'd love to see this pop at those $50 levels and get back to $70 on Cake. Not happening right now, so we're just kind of watching it. Hood, nice little spike above that moving average. Let's see if it holds. I'd love to see this pop from 133 up to 150s again on Hood. But again, we're just waiting to see what happens overall. CoreWeave, again, a nice little pop from that moving average, still pushing up. And NVIDIA, I wanted to see what's happening with NVIDIA, as, you know, it's not really getting good news if most of its, you know, market share was with China. Looks like it might catch some support around 184.50. So we'll see. Does it get rejected off of 184.50, or does it hold and begin to go back up to those 195 levels? So a lot of great opportunities in the market with these oversold tech companies. Again, Amazon could pick these up for $200 a share, 210, 215, potentially pushing back up to those 228 levels. You know, could, doesn't mean it has to. AMD is definitely overbought to me at those 242 levels. I could see this thing coming back down to $200, maybe even 160 bucks. It did have that nice spike up recently from 165 to 227, but let's see if AMD can hold up to those levels. Apple already pushing up from 244s to 253, making a ascent up to 260s again. So again, just another company to look out for. There's a lot of companies here. Now, Google, it's at an all-time high. It's not something that I would necessarily mess with right now. I'd like to see this pull back a little bit, maybe to that moving average, 248, 250, something like that. And hey, it could even come back down to 233. Oracle, another company that was called out by a subscriber, Friday making a huge dip down from 307 to 287. That is definitely an overbought company for sure. Now, Broadcom Inc., they are going to report earnings this week, so we can see this thing shoot up to 374 or go down to 318, right? Or just kind of flatline. But it is above that moving average currently on that 30-minute time frame. And we got two more. UNH. UNH is one of those companies that, hey, it's doing good. If you bought at those $200 levels, you know, you're doing great at these $300 levels. And if you're buying at $300, there's still a ways to go to get back up to 600 bucks. So you can almost double your money with this company. Doesn't mean it has to happen overnight or next week or even next month or next year, because it is struggling to hold even above, you know, what, 360, 365. So UNH has a lot that it can gain, but it can also sell off just as much. And finally, last but not least, we have Tesla. Tesla here pushing up from $400 a share up to $443 and pushing. And again, Tesla does report earnings this week. So does this push up to $479, $480, or is this going to get rejected and fall down into those $400 or sub $400 levels? With all that said, guys, we are going to be trading live tomorrow morning at market open. So definitely tune in, join, and watch, and we will see you all there. I guess there's nobody that wants me to analyze any of their stocks, and that's okay. Less of a video that I have to make. Now we're at 24 minutes. Usually these Sunday stock talks are about 30 minutes long, and our trading sessions in the morning are about 30 minutes long. So nonetheless, had a great time with you guys here. For anyone watching later on, definitely subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and we will see you all in tomorrow morning's live day trading session at Market Open. Have a great night. Enjoy your Sunday with your family and get some rest because we got a great week for trading at Market Open. All right, guys, have a great day.